over here. My iPad don't want to act right. Okay. I'm just trying to make it a little more sensitive, guys. Is that in the center? I can't tell. I think I am. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chanel's Reality. Now I think it needs to be open. Maybe it needs to be over here. Okay. That's better. So listen. Hold please. Oh. Okay. Okay, listen. I came on here today because I've been looking on the internet. Well, first off, yesterday was my husband's birthday, and I didn't have his birthday gift. It's terrible, but it's okay. I made up for it. I took myself to the Saks Fifth Avenue, and I got him a Louis Vuitton belt and a Louis Vuitton hat. So I feel like great wife. Just saying. You know what it is? It's because I'm a Leo. And I just am made for 5-star hotels and room service. And also, too, let's be clear about me. I am a person, my love language is giving and receiving gifts. So I'm always going to buy a gift that I would want. I'm not going to buy anything for anyone that I wouldn't want. Now, that doesn't mean everybody gets Louis Vuitton, okay? But I wouldn't buy whatever it might be if I wouldn't want someone to buy it for me. Or if I wouldn't buy it for myself. So, whatever. Anyway, today I have decided to come on here and talk about what everybody, all the people, all the Kingsmen are talking about. Kyle Richards from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I am so disappointed in some people. Yep, I sure am. This is good. Child. Listen, praise the Lord. So, like I said, there are several outlets that are reporting that Kyle Richards is not going to receive she's not going to be able to come back to Bravo for the 11th season if she doesn't agree to telling everyone that she's in a relationship with this lady. What is her name? Morgan Wade. She's a country singer. That was all on the last season. And let me just say this. Okay. Let me preface it, okay? I am not a hateful person, okay? I live in the sunshine. However, there are some people, like Kyle Richards, who I consider a king cobra. Just king cobra. She had me under, I would almost say, not under a spell, but it's kind of like how I feel about Ashley Darby from Potomac, where it's like, this little bit is the slipperiest snake I ever seen in my life. Because I swear to you, Ashley, in my opinion, has gotten away with murder. But Ashley is more, what's the right word? I guess I would say Ashley is more in your face with it. So, like season 1 through 3, she's running around America telling Robin Dixon that Juan's cheating on you. And she's like, I don't care, me and Juan are not together. But Ashley is always, people say stirring the pot. I think of it differently. I think Ashley is always setting fires. Like level 5, 10, whatever. She's always setting fires. And then she has a smile on. But she'll tell you, yeah, I said it. I can't stand Ashley. I think she's a king cobra. And it's also because she's like, fun girl. No. Ashley Darby and Kyle Richards are the same people. They just have a different approach. So the reason I say that is because, like I was saying, Kyle had me fooled for a good maybe 4 or 5 seasons, where I was like, oh, she seems like a good wife. She seems like a good mom. She seems like she wants to help her sister. Her sister is addicted to this, that, and the third. At least that's what Kyle was saying. And I didn't get it. I just didn't get it because that's the wolf in sheep's clothing. No, she's like a Trojan horse. She gets in there and it's causing all kind of havoc, and no one knows until they know. It's like Kyle does things, and it's like no one knows until everyone knows. But maybe everybody else had it from season one. I didn't. Um. So, but I will. I will do this because I cannot stand when people do certain things, right? So there's a subset of population. I would say most of what I've seen, at least on different outlets that are reporting this, other people who are content creators, they are just livid with Kyle, and they feel like, well, if you are being paid to be on TV, then you need to show us your whole life, no matter what. No, no, I don't. I'm not required to do that. I'm not. I'm just not required to do that. So it's just kind of like, huh? And here's the thing. To a certain extent, I agree that you should share your life. But I do think that when you get hired, before you sign your W-9, is it a W-9? I-9? I can't remember. Before you sign whatever it is for your taxes and whatnot, or for the government to know that you're gainfully employed, the employer needs to tell you all the rules, right? That's one part. So that you're informed, right? Kind of like when you go to the doctor. They should tell you. That's why they have you sign all those papers before the doctor sees you, because they're not trying to get sued, right? Right. So in this case, I am 100% on Kyle's side. Actually, I'm 1,000% on Kyle's side. And there's a very good reason why. So let me just see. What did I write here? Okay. So I already had it in my head. I just want to make sure. The biggest reason for me is that your employer, Kyle's employer, is Bravo, right? Okay, that's what I thought. Bravo is her employer. And if you go look up the law says your employer is not allowed to ask you what your sexuality is. It isn't. It is a protected class. Be clear. They are not allowed to ask you what your race is, what your age is, are you married, all of that. Nope. Now, are you married part, I don't think that is in the Title IX, but I know for sure your gender, your sexuality, your race, your age. I think also if you have a disability, unless I think you're asking for accommodations of some sort. But even with that, I think you would just, I don't even know if you have to tell them what your accommodation is. No, you do have to tell them what the accommodation is that you're going to need, but it's still kind of protected. Sort of like HR or your supervisor can't come to you and be like, if you're taking a sick day or you say you're going to be out sick or whatever, they can't come to you and be like, well, what's wrong with you? What is your illness? They can't ask you that. What they can ask you for is a note from your doctor that says Miss whoever or Mr. whoever is under the care of whatever, and she or he or them or they or whatever, however you, I don't know all the words or the letters, so my apologies, but however you identify, they are allowed to ask them. No, I'm sorry, your doctor is allowed to say that you're under their care and that you're going to be under their care for this amount of time. If you go on, like, let's say FMLA, certain things are protected under the FMLA, and there's a million things. But like a pregnant woman, you can't fire a pregnant woman because she having a baby. But honestly, you don't even have to be a pregnant woman. There's, like I said, there's 1,000 different things. You could have intermittent something going on with you that you need to take FMLA on. They then can go a little bit deeper but I don't know the technical terms because I don't work for a doctor's office, so I don't know that. I know I know macro, not micro. Micro is like macro is a larger platform. Micro is like a micro glass if you think about it. It's smaller. You're gonna need a bigger, not a micro glass. I say I'm like a microscope. It's more of like that where you get it and you can see it. You got to look at it under there. That's micro stuff. Macro is the federal government is macro. And I live in Houston, Texas. So even though Texas is the third largest city in the United States, it's going to be considered micro, not macro. And then also too, you have federal laws and state laws. And some state laws may change from state to state. So for example, I live in Texas. We lost our right to choose. Don't get me started. We're not going on a 35-minute rant tonight, okay? So, like I said, that's my biggest issue. And it's really, really irritating to me. Whenever this story broke where she was supposedly having an affair with this lady, or she's been seen a lot with this lady, but I really do think it kind of started. I don't listen to country music like that. I do like country music, but I don't listen to it like that. But it started with a video that I didn't know because, like I said, I don't look at country. I'm not listening to it every day. But I watch Bravo shows. I watch Beverly Hills, so I was like, oh. So I think two things were happening. I think Kyle wanted to share with America that she wanted Sutton and anyone else on her cast, but specifically Sutton, to ask her if she was getting a divorce, if her husband was cheating on her. That's what Kyle wanted Sutton to ask her. So that when she got to the reunion, or even during the season, she doesn't like Sutton. I just want Sutton to figure it out. She still hasn't, but whatever. She wanted to expose Sutton in some way to get at her. And this is the thing. I don't get it. I still don't get it. I'm like, Sutton haven't done anything to you, girl. What are you doing? But again, she's a king cobra. Because if you go and you watch it, Sutton never says, Kyle, are you getting a divorce? She never once says it. Not once. She asks, what's going on with you? I want to know what's going on. Is something going on in your household? Is something going on in your marriage? Like, she was very general about it. Kyle kept saying, at that dinner, what was the dinner about? Weed dinner? Kyle was like, are you trying to say my cousin is cheating on me? I'm like, girl, she ain't never said that. That never came out of her mouth. Show me the clip. Bravo. But she, in my opinion, I think she wanted to, it's almost like I feel like she wanted to dangle like a carrot and just just see what people would think about it. Because we ain't ever heard Kyle talk about anybody but Mauricio. Not ever. Except for her oldest daughter's father. Excuse me. But she don't even talk about him a lot. So, if you've been talking about Mauricio for 10 seasons, well, 9 seasons, and I ain't never seen any type of bad edit. Not one. Now, I ain't never even seen Mauricio look at her with a frown or angrily, nothing into this season. What type of child? What type of favoritism is that? Nobody has a perfect marriage. Not anyone. There is maybe less than 1% of people who get married and genuinely at all times enjoy each other. I am not a statistician, so I don't know if that's accurate 100%, but if you meet any married person, they're gonna, if you talk to them for long enough, they'll be like, yeah, me and my husband or me and my wife, we've had this, that, and the other. It's normal. And it's not really, honestly, about you being married. It's just how relationships work. At some point, even with your mom, your dad, your sisters, you will have an argument with that person. It's inevitable. Why? Because we're all different. It just is what it is. So that's why I say that. And then people living together, okay, we all know what that's like. And you could love them, but you still be like, child. Anyway. Oh, so what I was going to say is I find it grotesque. And this is why I'm on Kyle's side, aside from the legal part of it. I find it grotesque. And I know when this show broke, when this story broke, I would see some of my favorite content creators that are homosexuals or bisexual or gay, like I said, all the letters, I don't know. Right? I don't know all the words or the letters. But I would see some of them dragging her, meaning not being malicious in a way of like, oh, she's ugly or she's like that. Not like that. I'm like, how are you gay? And you want to out another gay person? Like, I'm not gay. I like men. Okay. I, how am I more outraged that you're sitting up here trying to force this lady to tell the world that she may or may not be into women now? Or maybe has always been into women. I listen, it's gross to me. It's asinine. How are you trying to shame your people? I don't understand that, especially when you are a content creator who said when you met your boyfriend or you met your girlfriend, you didn't even want nobody to know for like 2 years, 3 years. How is that possible that you want to keep it to yourself? You want your boyfriend to keep it between y'all. You don't want to hold hands in public. You don't want to do none of that until you're ready to tell your family, whoever, your friends. How would you have felt if that person would have got on the internet and became a content creator and said, this other person that also has a YouTube channel or whatever, they don't want us, they don't want to be honest about it. I don't understand how you don't connect those dots of how did I feel before I decided to tell the world or my family? Was I anxious? Was I stressed out? Was I ashamed? Like, whatever it is, why wouldn't you extend the people who you think may be in the closet that same courtesy? I will, it's the most hypocritical thing. And I just think it's sad because I'm like, if that lady wants to live in a closet, in a basement, and somewhere else with her sex life, she should be free to do it. If she wants to. Your employer should not be trying to force you, if that's true, allegedly. If Bravo is actually trying to force or enforce some sort of, you have to tell us about this relationship over here, no, I don't. I absolutely don't. And then be clear, this is part of the reason why I'm like, but my last video, I was like, child, Bravo and Andy, they have so many lawsuits going on right now. This is part of the reason I don't think, if it's true, Kyle is going to sue. I can guarantee you. But they're not going to do that. I just don't believe they're going to do that to Kyle because also, I don't think, I could be wrong about this, but based on how Kyle was moving this last season, I don't see her sticking around and that being the case. I just don't see it. Because even, on this, like, what are they called? The teasers and stuff like that, where they kept showing her look like, oh my God, when the girl says she stalked me or whatever. I don't think Kyle wanted that. I think she was cool with having it filmed, but I don't think she wanted it to be, I think she wanted it not to she probably fought to not have it in there, and Bravo probably said no. And then Bravo probably said, listen, you don't have to have her on here. But this is probably in the contract too. Whatever we shoot is ours. Much like when you're at your employer and you have a computer that they give you, you sign in some sort of document that says whatever I choose to do on this damn computer, whatever you choose to do on this computer, you're supposed to, most reasonable employers will say something like, you're able to browse the net for other items this much percentage of the time, because they know people are going to do it, right? They know people, I need to get my movie tickets. They know that's going to happen. So they don't want to lose people because of, they're browsing 10 minutes a day or something like that. But if you, whatever it is you do browse, it's their property. So I do think she made that decision before she signed for the season. I do think that. But she doesn't get, I don't think, unless you're an executive producer, but I'm not in that world, so I could be wrong about this, but I don't think that the cast really gets to do that unless they're the Kardashians. They control everything. And they do it right, if you ask me. I don't love all their seasons, but I've been watching since season 1, and there hasn't been a season where I was just like, except I don't know if it was this last one or the one before this last one. It just felt very forced. It just felt very forced. And I was just like, I remember tweeting about it. I'm like, Kris Jenner, you slipping, sis. I'm gonna need y'all to get it together over there. Yeah, so I'm gonna read Title IX. So it says this notice clarifies that Title IX prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. So if you're telling the rest of these people, or if you have other people on Bravo that are not um, showing who they're married to or who they're dating, or whatever, holla if you hear me, Sutton. And I love Sutton, but I can guarantee you Sutton's having sex with someone. She said she was kissing her driver. So, are y'all forcing Sutton to go on here and say who she's dating and who she's... No, you're not. And that's just one person. I can guarantee you there are multiple people who have multiple people in their beds. They ain't making Mauricio, but I guess Mauricio doesn't get paid by Bravo. But I ain't never heard nothing like that. The Married to Medicine people ain't never... Well, is everybody married? No, Clyde isn't married. Why Clyde don't have to tell you everybody she dating? Just saying. And I like Clyde. Miss Clyde. She got it. Yep. Bravo, you don't want to bark up that tree. So let me finish reading when I went on the Googler. Okay. So it also says, and this is in part, this is not the full Senate bill or whatever. It says all students as well as other persons at recipient institutions, because they're talking about Title IX, but as it relates to education, but there's more, like I said, the protected classes. So it says here, regardless of their sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, part or full time, they're talking about the school, disability, race, or national origin, in all aspects, in every educational program and or activities. So this is specific. This was, I guess, revised April 24th, 2015. But you can go read it. It's more than one thing on there, but this one is the, I guess, most recent regarding education specifically. But protected classes, let me just Google while we on here. We ain't gonna be on here. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Let's see. Title IX. You know what? I'm gonna put protected classes. Let's see, it says the protected classes include age, ancestry, color, disability, ethnicity, gender identity or expression, genetic information, HIV/AIDS status, military status, religion, national origin, pregnancy, race, religion, sex, sexual orientation, or veteran status, or any other basis under the law. Yeah. Oh, marital status. I forgot about that one. Yeah, because I used to, oh my God. Okay, short story. I used to work for TWC. So Texas Workforce Commission. You probably have one in wherever, Indiana or wherever it is you live. And I was an employment coordinator. No, hold on. Employment counselor. And I used to so people that didn't have a job, or if they were receiving benefits or like SNAP. I don't know if y'all know what's that, but like food stamps, WIC. WIC is women. I didn't approve them for any of these things. I was an employment counselor, but I forget what WIC is. Women and children or needy children or something like that. No, that's TANF. Women and children. That's TANF. WIC, I think, has to do with like making sure that when the mom is pregnant and when the baby arrives up to a certain age, they can get like free formula, Cheerios, cornflakes, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want. We want the Fruit Loops with the marshmallows. Can I at least get Frosted Flakes? I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else listed under here? Request for family care leave. Request for an employer's. Oh no, I'm sorry. Employees on serious health condition. Remember I was talking about that? That's why HIPAA is there, so that your boss, your supervisor, don't like you, can be like, well, what's wrong with you? You don't get to know, ma'am. I'm gonna get my doctors now. Stop it. And then you know what? Sidebar. So I think I told you guys I have to have surgery. So my surgery was planned for tomorrow morning, but the place that I had to go, it's called Advanced Orthopedics. So I remember the first time I went there to get X-rays, and I needed the X-rays to come from my shoulders all the way down to my hands. And so I get in there, and the tech's like, "Oh no, we're just gonna do your hands," and I'm like, "Ma'am, I have been in so much pain from my shoulder to my hands, undescribable pain. I found out it was nerve pain. That's another story for another day. So I've been trying to get a surgeon on the hotline, whatever, right? So this place is called Advanced Orthopedics, but what I found is they're a bigger company. And so I went 2 weeks ago I had to go. This was the date I was supposed to meet with the surgeon. Like, I had already met him previously, but I had to get some tests done with the neurology because, like I said, it was nerve damage or nerve pain, and you have to get it. Well, for me, I need to know, is this accurate or should I be seeing someone else? The ER is the one that told me I need to go see a neurologist, and I'm like, how the hell do they know? But anyway, so then it made sense when my other doctor, my primary care, was like, this is why. Anyway. So I show up to go see the surgeon, but before I got there, somehow there was this wreck. I've literally been in pain since 3 a.m. Me and my husband. He hasn't been in pain, but he's with me because I'm in the bed like, please help me, squeeze my arm. Like, just crying, horrible pain. So, something was going on that morning. Oh, that's the morning that I said, listen, I have never said this before or since, but I was like, you know what, God, I am okay with someone cutting off both of my arms. That's how bad the pain was. It was, listen. And I had pain meds for nerve pain, but it just takes a minute to like finally work itself until. So anyway, long story short. So I know, okay, I have an 11 a.m. appointment that I need to go to so I can see the surgeon, right? So I'm driving, and it's hard to drive because my hands get numb, and then I can't feel them. It's just a whole mess. So, and my husband couldn't come because of something with his job. He has like meetings with people on another continent over like India and stuff. But anyways, so there's a big long, suddenly I get into a car wreck, right? Because what better things do I have to do than to get in city traffic? Nothing, clearly. So I'm like, I am not missing this appointment under any circumstances, because here's the thing. I work at a hospital, right? And but in the psych part. But I also had patients who had IDD, which is like, oh God, I just threw a blank. Intellectual disabilities, sorry. And so I used to always have to send people who are like total care. That means like they can't see, they may not be able to hear, they can't do anything for themselves, right? So, and some of them had G-tubes. So if they had a G-tube and something looks infected or inflamed or anything that they can't stop, they're in pain, I'm going to say call 911, or, if we can't, usually I just tell them call 911. The ambulance comes to get them, and then the doctors would send them back in like 30 minutes. And there is no way in hell you actually took care of this patient. So this is why I don't hate doctors, but I feel a way. And that's another story for another day. If you go watch my Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine video, you'll hear the story, most of it. So I called my husband, because I'm in traffic now. And my GPS is like, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. And so I'm like, oh God, I need to get there. So I call him. He calls the doctor's office, and they tell him, just tell your wife, as long as she's here by, if she's here after 11:15, if she shows up to our office at 11:16, we're not going to see her. Okay? So this is my first time going to this office. Okay? The first office was by my house. This is 45 minutes to an hour away, right? I get there, even though I'm kind of like, excuse me, trying to get my bearings because I've never been to this place ever. And I get there, I get in front of the lady that's at the desk or whatever, and it's like a big open room. It's much larger than a regular waiting room at a doctor's office. And you can see you can see everything behind, kind of like if you're at the Waffle House, how you see the cook, you see, but much like 10 times bigger, I would say. So I go over there, the lady's like, I see what time it is. It's 11:11. I write that down. The lady sitting at the desk, I said, I'm here, whatever. She's just like, no, they canceled your appointment. No, ma'am. No, they haven't. Not today. We're not doing that. Not today, Satan. What did Candace say? Not today, Nick. Anyways, so I asked the lady, my blood is already starting to boil because of how I felt earlier. But I'm still in pain. I'm just not in screaming level 100 pain. I'm still in pain. And I know that I can't miss this appointment. Like, if I miss this appointment, there's a good chance that I might not get another appointment for another month. And we can't have that. Nope. So she goes, I said, can you go and ask? And then she comes back. She's like, yeah, they said they canceled it. I'm like, they told me, and my husband told me, that as long as I was here by this time, I was here before that time. So the first part of the story, remember I told you I was like telling the tech, I need you to do my whole arm. And she was like, well, we can only do your hands. And so then she was like, do you want me to? Yep, sure do. Because me, my primary care, and my husband, we're all trying to figure out what is causing this pain, right? And there are other, like I have another autoimmune disease, and I used to have diabetes. And diabetes is one of the things that can contribute to this pain that I have, right? I don't have it anymore. It's all managed. I don't have that anymore. But my autoimmune disease, I still have. I will have it for the rest of my life. So, I was going to say, we're all trying to be like, okay, well, maybe we need to increase this medicine or take it down or whatever it is we're trying to figure out. So that's the reason that I want everything. I want blood tests. I want everything to be checked out. Because if you get my hands right, and what about my shoulders? What about my arm? What if we don't fix the problem? And also, too, trying to avoid surgery, right? I'm like, if we could do something different, I would prefer not to have someone cut me again. Like, I just would prefer that. But he doesn't want to do it. Or this lady comes in, the boss, I guess. She comes in, she's just like, nope, he's a hand surgeon, and we're not doing that. And I was just so irritated. But you know what? I was like, you know what, God? Whatever. That's fine. Let's do hands then. Whatever. I just need them to tell me what's wrong, right? So fast forward to me going and them trying to tell me that they've canceled my appointment. Child. So remember I told you we're in this big open room. Now there's not a ton of people in there. What I've learned is orthopedics, all the customers seem to be 70 plus. I'm like, I am too cute and too young, excuse me, to be here with this. What we doing? What are we doing, God? Yeah, I need to have you, Jesus. You need to go advocate. Where are my guardian angels? I would like to know. Somebody need to go on my behalf and talk to God. Talk about how this ain't cute. Sis out. This ain't working for her. So, anyways, I'm joking. I love my people and older people. I love to like interview old people. Anyway. Okay. So the lady from the first hospital, the one that supposedly, I guess she's the boss. I don't know. I think now she's that surgeon's like assistant. I don't know what she is, but I guess she works on his behalf with patients or whatever. I don't know. So here she comes, and immediately I'm like, oh God, here we go. I just was so annoyed because I'm already annoyed because I'm not gonna be able to see my surgeon today. And I know that she knows that if I don't have this surgery conversation and get on the schedule, it could be, this is the thing, just your primary care, call them tomorrow, Monday morning. What are they going to tell you? Most likely, we have an opening next Wednesday or next Monday or something like that, depending on the level of whatever it is that they have, right? If you go to a specialist, it may be much longer to get to a specialist than it is to get to your primary care. And if you go to a surgeon, if they're good, it could be a month, 2 months before you can get on their schedule, their surgery schedule. If they're an excellent, high end, let's say you're going to Cedars, what do all the rich people go, Cedar Sinai or whatever it is they go to in LA, it could be 4 months. I don't know. Maybe that's per elective. I'm not really sure. But I'm saying, working in the healthcare field, I know better. And I know where this road is going to end, right? So I'm trying to talk to this lady. She's not trying to hear me. She's just like, yeah, we're not going to be able to see you today. The doctor's busy. I don't really care. It ain't even 11:15 when you walked out here, ma'am. You came up here just to tell me no, and it's not even 11:15 right now. So why, when my husband called you guys, would y'all lie to him? I didn't have to drive 45 minutes over here. What are you, like? So then I'm trying to appeal to this lady. I know I'm gonna shorten the story because I'm trying to appeal to this woman's human side. So I'm telling her, listen, today is the first day in my whole entire life that I literally was like, listen, y'all can cut both of my arms off. That kind of pain. I've been up since 3 a.m., ma'am. Me and my husband trying to figure out what can we do, because you can't go to the emergency room with nerve pain. They're not gonna. For the most, you can't do it. So therefore, I know going to the ER is not gonna solve anything. It's just not. They may be able to give me like hydrocodone, or they probably wouldn't give that. But let's say they were able to give me like Tylenol 3. I had one Tylenol 3 that I took one time when I first was having the like most excruciating pain. It did nothing. That's when I learned there's a different medicine for nerve pain than there is for everything else. So I was just, I was trying, I said, lady, if I was your 85-year-old grandmother, and I tell you, I've been in pain, excruciating pain since 5 a.m. so bad that I was cool with cutting off my arms, would you speak to her this way? Would you keep cutting her off when she's trying to explain what's going on? So then I said, I'm in so much pain. So she's like, well, we have a pain doctor. I know what a pain doctor is. I don't need pain medicine. I need to get on his schedule. I already have medicine prescribed by my, what do you call it? Primary care physician. She's already given me medicine that helps with the pain. However, it works sometimes it doesn't. And even though all of that is going on, I still need to get on the schedule, regardless if I have 10 bottles of medicine. Okay? So I don't want to talk to you about your pain medicine person. I don't care. So then I said, okay. So then she tries to tell me, my mom is sick. Because I'm like, how are you here working in healthcare treating someone this way? I'm in pain. I'm a person that's in pain. And I am just bothered by the fact that I have to beg you for an appointment for you to treat me right, whenever you guys already told my husband what I could do to get here. I wouldn't have driven all the way over here. Like, why are you wasting my time, my energy? I could not take it. But I was not about to let that lady see me cry, because I was just so devastated. So she tells me, well, listen, my mom's in pain, and lady, don't do that. I've already buried my mom. So I really don't care. You have yours still, right? Okay, so shut the hell up. That's what I need you to do. I was so spent because I'm just bothered beyond belief. I just could not. I was so done. I was just like, I quit life. And so I went outside because I was not about to let that lady see me cry. I couldn't do it. And I had been in pain for months, really. Like I said, I think I said somewhere else, I haven't been to work in over a month. can't pain, the way, when you have severe pain, the way it's set up, nothing else matters. You like, don't even think my name. Just saying. So I go outside and I'm just, as soon as I saw the door close, I just started bawling. Just bawling. And I'm outside because of where it's located. It's in like this everybody's rich or well off type of neighborhood. And it's like, you know how you see those places that have like, come to do hot Pilates or whatever. So you could see their sign from in your car, but from the street or whatever. So everybody could see me. Not that anyone's looking, but I'm up there where you could see me. And I'm kneeled in the corner. The elevator's right here, and I am just crying. I am just so disappointed, so heartbroken. I was just, because I'm in pain. Why are you doing this? Like, I couldn't. So I called my husband. I'm just crying. But even before I even got on the phone with my husband, I will never forget this. So there were like 5 elderly people. Everybody had to be 80 plus. And they were all Caucasian. And they came over to me. And they were just all started praying for me. These people didn't know each other. And they didn't know me. Everybody started praying. I was done with life. I gave up. I was like, I quit life today. Listen, I quit. I quit. I was just so spent, because the only word I can really give you is heartbroken. Because I know that she knows that what I'm saying to her about how long it's going to take is true. And she doesn't give a shit. Heartless. In my opinion. So then, fast forward to Monday. What's today? Is this Monday? No, this is Thursday. Okay. So I was told the first time when we went to the new surgeon. So the first time when we went to the new surgeon, but they're still under this umbrella of advanced orthopedics. So I'm like, okay, so this is a bigger thing. Kind of like if you go to Louis Vuitton or Tiffany's. The Tiffany's corporation didn't piss you off. It's this customer service person that did. So I'm not going to just hate and never go to Tiffany's again, but I am going to call Tiffany's and whomever else. And then they're going to make it right. So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to penalize the whole organization because this one lady is stupid. So, but my husband calls the people and it's on and popping in his world. So we found a new surgeon. And they tell me, I met the surgeon. I'm like, yep, put me on the schedule. This is like, I think a week ago or maybe a week and a half ago. They put me on the schedule. I'm so excited. I'm like, yes. But the lady tells me that you need to go get these labs. Now, mind you, because I've been to a neurologist and a rheumatologist, the rheumatologist and everybody in my primary care, they all took blood. So I'm like, why do I have to go and give more blood to whoever? It didn't make any sense to me, especially since it's been under 30 days. Whatever is going on didn't change in 30 days, in my opinion. So the people are like, no, you got to go, and da-da-da-da, but you have to go. You have to use LabCorp because we don't use any other labs. And I'm like, well, I have an issue with LabCorp because, long story, but that's fine. They're like, don't worry about it. We have a relationship with LabCorp, and you can come and whatever. Okay. I'm on the phone again that morning at 8:02. Like, I don't want to drive an hour to get to, because they're in a different part of town. I don't want to drive an hour so I can go take, labs. Why do I have to do that? Why can't I go up the street? Why do I have to come all the way to your surgical center to do labs? It was annoying to me because I'm like, again, I'm in pain. Not nearly as much as I was that day that I told you about, but I'm still in pain. We're sorry, ma'am. Da-da-da. And I know I have to do it because the next day is Friday. And anything can happen. Murphy's Law. And then I have the surgery on Monday morning at 6 a.m. So there isn't any real room for me. So I'm like, fine, I'm already irritated. That's fine. Let me go. Mind you, I haven't been asleep for 24 hours, probably like 28 hours or something like that. But I'm like, let me just go over here, take the blood. I'll come back. I'll go to sleep. Same place. I put it in my GPS. I was just like, I can't. I thought it was a different location. I thought they were sending me. I was just like, because they said it's in Tampa, which is where I went the first time. So, but it was supposedly a different place. But the address was the place that I went to already. I was like, oh my God, I cannot. But I said, you know what, God? I'm going to put my headphones on. And it's just blood. So just go in, get your blood. 10 minutes, you'll be out of there. They're like, ma'am, we don't do blood work here. Excuse me? Huh? So I just drove all this way for no reason? Are you kidding me? Where is the manager? I'm so irritated. You have no idea. I'm so irritated. So there's a Spanish lady standing in front of me. She's trying to calm me down because I'm not yelling, but I'm like, no, I need to speak to somebody. She doesn't want me to make her go get somebody, but I ain't having it. So no, y'all, I left here last time crying. We're not doing this today. No, go find whoever you need to go find. Mind you, there is a white lady. Remember I told you it's like this open place. She's standing here on the other side of the counter. And so this Spanish lady is telling me something. I'm not mad at the Spanish lady, but I don't really care about what she's trying to tell me because y'all ran up my blood pressure. I'm tired as if. I've been up all night doing work for my work. I'm tired. I'm in pain. I just want to get this fucking blood test over with so I can go home. She's trying to talk to me, and they're both like basically tag teaming saying the same thing. And so she's rude, okay? So she's from the side trying to tell me. She's telling me everything, and I was just like, please, can you stop? No. I was like, can you just let me talk to her? Yeah, you can talk to her, but I'm not moving. I'm watching this whole. Are you fucking kidding me, lady? Can you please shut up? Oh my God, I just was too done. I couldn't understand. Why are you interfering with this? I came to the counter thing or whatever. I'm talking to this lady. I'm not talking to you. Why are you talking to me? It's the audacities. They were on sale or they were just giving them away that day. I was just like, is this deja vu? Like, what is happening right now? I tried hard. They're like the Spanish lady. It's right up the street. I don't really care. I'm going to go there when I leave here. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. But I need you to go find whoever and come back. Well, he's not. Go and look. I just was so angry because why are you being a bitch? Like, I ain't asked you one word. Why are you even talking to me? I can't. I was so done. I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to let this lady see me cry. And I don't even cry like that. I've cried a lot lately because of how much pain I've been in. And I don't generally cry unless I'm angry. That's usually when I cry. If I'm silent, you should probably check on me. There's a storm brewing. There's probably a storm brewing somewhere. Anyway, I went outside to my same little spot. This time I didn't kneel because I at least knew I was having surgery Monday. So I was like, if I could just get to Monday. But I was so heartbroken still because I just felt like, this is the second time I've been to this place and these people are treacherous. I don't understand I don't get it. I just don't get it. And so I'm crying. And at least 5 or 10 people came by me. What's wrong, sweetheart? Oh my God. People were praying for me again. I was just like, I can't. Although I was a mess, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And you know what? The last lady, oh my God. She was a firecracker. And listen, I love her. Don't know her from a can of paint. But listen, that lady prayed for me. She stood there with me. She was like trying to describe the lady because I was telling her who was giving me a hard time. well, the one that wouldn't stop, the bitch over here. And she was just like, I said, I know she got like short hair. And she was just like, is it like sandy? What does she got, like salt and pepper? I was like, I think it's kind of like a dirty blonde. I'm not sure. I don't remember because I'm stressed out. But I told her about this lady I met on my way back from Cancun a few years ago. I think it was it last year? I think it was last year. Yeah, because we went for my friend's birthday. Um, and I met this is, remember I told y'all I was sick for like 2 years. So whenever I go to the airport, I will, let them know if I'm not feeling well because it's about distance um, for me. But this is the lady that stayed with me and prayed with me. She talked to me probably for a good 20 minutes before she left. Oh, because I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm like, I'm going to go in there and talk to her. I mean, I'm going there and let them know whatever. I don't even remember what I told her I was going to go do. Oh, I think I said I'm going to go and at least apologize to the Spanish lady and get the guy's card. Because I wasn't rude to the Spanish lady, but I know how people can be and come across. So I said, I'll just apologize. But I took a picture with her, just like I took a picture with the older white lady on the plane in Cancun. But this is the lady that prayed for me that day. Let's see. Can I make it bigger? Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. Thank God I had shades. Child. I had on a struggle wig. She wanted to get in that lady's ass. Listen, she said, I got time today. I was like, whoa. But so, I just find it very interesting. Last part to this story is, so again, like I said, I was scheduled to have surgery in the morning at 6 a.m. And I'm sitting here talking with my husband, and I don't remember exactly how we got to this conversation, but he was like, I was also irritated on Friday because the billing office calls me and they're like, no, I got a text that says you're going to their portal or something, you can pay or something like that. And I'm like, I know I'm supposed to pay whenever I get there the morning of, but I don't know what you're talking about. What bill? So I call. And the billing office, basically, this guy gets on the phone. Now, I do feel bad for how I kind of he didn't understand my day before. I couldn't. I was just like, what? So I just was irritated because we had already paid a certain amount, whatever it was, earlier that week. So I'm like, why are y'all calling me back? But I learned the doctor has it's not always like this. The doctor has a certain amount that they want. The anesthesiologist doesn't get paid until after because they get paid about a minute. And then your deductible, unless you made it or whatever, is paid to the hospital or the surgical center or whatever, right? But I'm like, this is how much they told me to pay. We paid them. What are you talking about? Like, I don't want to give you a red cent. And my husband already knew. He was just like, this is not going to end well. But anyways, he comes to me today. I'm over here trying to do my work or whatever. And he's like, are you married to this idea of having surgery tomorrow with this company? Because he was like, I am 100% fine with you finding another. And I'm not mad at the surgeon because he didn't have anything to do with it. But I just didn't understand. Like I was telling the guy that called me and his supervisor. I'm just like, so what would have happened if you guys wait until the day before? Because technically they called me on Friday. If I'm having surgery on Monday morning, what if I didn't answer or what if I didn't see it? Anything could have happened, so I don't have surgery. So y'all, what if I showed up to the surgical center that morning and they're like, oh, we're sorry, the billing department says you owe us $8,000. How you waiting till the day before? Listen, I was so pissed. I was just like, I could afford this amount in my mind. I know that I can, but I don't understand. What are y'all thinking? So again, so I got to postpone. Let's just say I didn't have that money to pay. I have to postpone my surgery because y'all choose to call me the day before? Fuck out of here. I can't. I cannot. What if, I can't. I can't. What are you doing? Like, where is y'all's mind? Anyway, so my husband comes, he sits down, he's just like, are you married to this? Do you have to have surgery Monday? Can you think you can bear it? Because with the pain meds and everything else we have going on to manage my pain, I'm like, I might be able to wait, you know, provided, because the pain comes and goes. It's not, it's sporadic, but it has ups and downs. Let's say it like that. Because when it's bad, it's real bad. Like, I woke up, don't take Ambien. Oh my God. Why did I take Ambien? My husband told me, he said, he told me, he was like, do you remember going to sleep last night? This was 2 days ago, he told me. And I was like, no. No, I think he asked me, what do you remember what time you fell asleep? Something like that. Anyway, long story short, he's just like, you. He said he got out of bed and he, for whatever reason, he came in here and he saw me walking through the living room and I was about to fall. And I had a big red bowl full of milk. Like, what? I was just like, you're lying. He was like, no. He said that I was, he was like, what are you doing? And he said, I kept talking about Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows in. He said I was looking behind the bed. I was like, you lied. You lied. I said I was sleepwalking. What is happening? Anyway, then, okay, I think I had told y'all I hadn't been asleep. When did I? Okay, so the day that I went to Thursday, I hadn't been sleeping since Thursday. When I fell asleep yesterday at around, I feel like it was like noon, maybe. I don't recall. So my husband, where was he? I don't know. I think he was in the theater room. He comes in here. Oh no. Okay, so this is what happened. I wake up in dire pain. Both of my hands are on fire. Like, it literally from the inside out. If they're on fire. And I'm calling my husband, David, come help me. He doesn't answer. I call him on the phone 6 times. He doesn't answer. So then I call his mom. And I woke up and I'm like, wow. I looked at my phone, it said 8 o'clock. So I was like, wow, why is it still light outside? I'm thinking it's 8 p.m. I'm like, wow, sun hasn't gone down yet. Okay. So then I call his mom and she's just like, well, where did he go? I was like, I don't know, but I'm in pain. I need you to call him because I just woke up. And then I call my friend, Gabby. I'm like, she didn't answer. So I called her like 3 times back to back. She didn't answer. So then I messaged her. And then my favorite person, my favorite cousin, love her. I called her. She answers immediately. And I'm like, can you call Steven and tell him I'm in pain? My hands are on fire. I don't know how they got through or whatever happened, but he was in the house somewhere. I don't know. Oh, he was asleep. Oh my God, I don't know where he was, but he was in here asleep because when I saw him, when he came in there, no, did he come in here? No, he came in the room and he was just like, I could tell he was disoriented and whatever else. But he had just woke up or something. I don't know how the phone woke him up or whatever, but he had just woke up. And he was just like, oh, you okay? And all that. But then he tells me, he comes in later and he tells me that, do you remember last night or something? I'm like, I was like, I went to bed at like noon or something like that. So I was like, when I woke up and saw the phone at 8, I thought it said 8 a.m. And I thought it was morning. I was like, oh my God, I slept for 24 hours straight. Like, what is happening? And so then he was like, what do you remember? And so I was like, I think I remember going to bed around noon on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, I think so. Or was it Friday? I can't remember. Whatever day it was, I remember it was around noon. And he was like, he said that he came, by the way, I made him brownies. So I came out of the room at some point. I put the brownies in the oven. I thought that I went back to bed because I made myself a bowl of my really good red beans and rice, and then I made my dog some dog food. And I was trying to I was trying to make the brownies before, and put them in the oven or whatever before I finished or whatever. So I made my dog food. I went and put his food, and I guess I must have went to the guest bedroom for something. I don't know what. And only thing I remember is I kept saying, "Oh, I need to go get my food, my red beans and rice. I'm hungry." But then you know how you get in the bed and then you gotta go pee, and you're just like, "Oh, can somebody take my bladder to the restroom?" I just didn't want to get up. But I remember thinking, "Man, I need to go get my red beans and rice." I don't remember anything after that. My husband said he came in the kitchen. He said he came in the kitchen and I was sitting straight up like this, knocked out, cold, knocked out. I don't have any recollection of this. He said I was knocked completely out. He said he was shaking me. I did not wake up. And I'm like, why didn't you call fucking ambulance? I called my friend today, like, listen, if you don't hear from me, if you don't hear from me, come check the backyard, Rachel. Listen, I didn't watch too many episodes of the first 48. It's always somebody. It's always the husband or the uncle or the boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. It's crazy. All right. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been on here almost a little over an hour. What was the last thing I needed to say about Kyle? I'm sorry, guys. I went on and on forever. Let's see. Oh, shoot. That's not it. Okay. Okay. Where's my little notepad? All right. I'll say these last things and then I'm done. And I'll put the link in the description for you guys that want to go look up, the protected classes or whatever. So I got to get to Kyle, right? So I'm not letting Kyle off the hook, even though I don't agree with the people who are trying to out her and trying to force her to say that, is this 2 hours? That can't be right. Oh no, yeah, it's not right. Okay. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, so I don't agree with any of those people that are trying to out her because I don't agree with anybody trying to do that. Why are you trying to expose someone? That's just, and I'm not talking about, well, yeah, I am. I'm talking about the employer and them because at first I was going to say I'm not talking about Bravo, but I am. If that's what happened and Bravo is not going to sign her because of that, no. Y'all, because they're saying, the producers are saying, I don't believe that. They could be saying it, but that's a very wrong road. Wrong road. Okay, but I'm not going to let Kyle off the hook either because Kyle, like I said in the beginning, is a king cobra snake, in my opinion. So, Kyle Richards, come to the front, sis. I know you probably won't watch this, but if you do, I just want to let you know. Chanel's reality, you can come on here and tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm just saying, because everybody's welcome on Chanel's reality. Whether I agree with you or not, unless you're being disrespectful, then you're not welcome. But everybody else, come and tell me about it. I'll sit here and listen. What did I write about her? Oh, this is my problem with Kyle. Every season, every single season, Kyle is constantly telling someone to be honest. Kyle, stop me when I'm wrong or when I'm lying about something. Every season, just be honest. I just want you to be honest. From her sister, first season 1, you're a whole alcoholic and a sick, right? She took no accountability for what she did to Kathy. She let Lisa Rinna and Erica, who I'm Erica's such a good friend, win. Erica and Lisa Rinna sat in whoever's backyard. Whose backyard were they at? I think that was Kyle's house. Next to the heaters. They all sat there. And Kyle said something to Rinna, or maybe it was Erica. No, I think she said it's to Erica. She's just like, you guys are, you're just, you think that I'm paraphrasing, but basically, she was saying that you guys feel like because you were under, specifically Erica, I was, under this scrutiny and everything that was going on with me. I think Kathy's behavior should be put out here too. But that's your friend? But she's never lied. Erica's a great friend. Girl, didn't she just tell you that she's cool with and wants to expose your sister, Kathy Hilton? That lady is no longer my friend. And that's why I feel like Kyle, King Cobra behavior, Kyle knew. She just wanted to get Erica on camera saying it. So she can say, Kathy, that didn't have anything to do with me. I didn't say it. Just like, that's why Anne-Marie left. Because Kyle didn't say it. Kyle put a battery in your back, as people say. And you went on. She gave you your mission. And you tried to execute, but you failed poorly. So they fired you. Now you're on some sort of campaign to wrong road. Your husband's being accused of things that are treacherous, like SA. So you might just want to sit down and shut the hell up. You're not making it any better. You're acting like Ashley. No, not Ashley. Who was it, Ashley? No, who was the person Candace was saying? Oh, Robin. Okay. So, yeah. So that's my issue with Kyle is every season she wants people to be honest, be honest, be honest, be honest, be honest. My biggest reason that Kyle needs to shut the hell up and that I can't really feel 100% for her is because when Denise Richards was on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, her second season that Denise was on, you and the Nat, aka Teddy Mellencamp, went on a whole campaign. And Lisa, all of y'all, Erica, everybody except Garcelle, went on a national campaign to say, specifically you, Kyle, everyone knows she's lying. Everyone knows. So the verified person, the truth teller, is Brandy Glenville. And here's the thing, I ain't really have a problem with Brandy. Some stuff I don't agree with her. But I didn't have that elitist ass attitude that they had about this lady. Just mean girls. And from the beginning, Kyle was mean girl. She was sitting on the couch without laughing. She's trash. She's this, that, and the other. What did Kim say? You're a slut pig. I was like, yo, Kim. She did say that Kim was doing Crystal in the bathroom all night, bitch. She did do that. Which she secured her season 2 with that part. So yeah, Kyle said for a whole season that Brandy's right. Brandy doesn't lie. Girl, everyone lies. Be clear. Be clear. Including your ass. Now, you stop me when I'm wrong. At me if you bought that life. What did Claudia Jordan say? File you a lawsuit if you bought that life. That's what she said. I ain't mad at her. I like Claudia Jordan. So yeah, I can't have a lot of, because here's the thing. It's hard for me to have empathy for Kyle in general. I do think the employer trying to force her to say something, and Twitter and everybody else, content creators trying to force this lady out of the closet, specifically if they are in the same boat as her. I think that's beyond, it's treacherous. That's the only thing I can think of. It's treacherous. How are you quote unquote, a gay man trying to out another gay man. And then let's just be honest, let's keep it 100. If Bravo is saying this and demanding this, allegedly, the face of their company is a whole gay man, right? Mr. Andy Cohen, isn't he gay? So it doesn't really make sense to me that you wouldn't even come to the face of the show and discuss why Kyle needs to come out of the closet. Needs to put her and Mellencamp. No, it's not Mellencamp. The country singer. What is that lady's name? I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fog moment. But you're telling her she has to come out with the girl she made the video, the country singer that she made the video with? Morgan Wade, I think is her name. How does that make sense? I would think Andy, being a gay person, would have a problem with his network saying this to Kyle. How are you okay with that, Mr. Cohen? Or Cohen, or whatever how you say his name? Come on, Chanel's Reality, sir. You can tell me all about it. But I don't, that's the part that's the one thing, well, no, both of the things that I mentioned tonight. The ethical thing, the federal law thing, makes no sense to me. Your employer is not allowed to ask you, they're not allowed to, one, ask you about that. They can't be like, who are you having sex with? Are you gay? They can't do that legally. So I don't understand how that would ever be a conversation. Now, I ain't saying that people don't do it. I just don't understand why a network would put themselves in that type of water. It's very murky. Just me, just saying. And then the other thing too is, so we supposed to believe Brandy with her and your sister who's allegedly an alcoholic or was? These are your two people who we supposed to believe? Okay, girl. In full glam, they just happen to pop by your house with microphones and, casting the what do you call those people? Production didn't know they was coming? Oh, okay. So you called production on your way, they said they was on their way even though they just stopped by? You called production, Kyle? That's how they knew to come get them like that? Shut up. Stop it. I can't. So production is just at your house at all times of night? I can't. So I'm just like, Kyle missed me with that. So I can't really feel bad for her as a person. I feel bad for the situation because I think that situation is one that you should never do to anyone personally. But karma just don't have a due date, sis. So if your karma is showing up now, I can't feel worse about what you're doing, what they may do to you because of all of the snakes you've done to everybody else. The only person you really haven't snaked like that is Erica. Did she do anything to Rena? Her and Rena kind of had like a light beef that when Rena told, what is that girl's name? Eden Sassoon? Yeah, she's this close from, Kim Richards is this close from unalive, not being alive anymore. And then Kyle confronted her about it. And this is Lisa Rinna's bad acting. Girl, shut up. Of course you said it. Shut the hell up. I can't with Lisa. Thank God she's gone because she's just a terrible human being. So everyone that's been on here with me for 74 minutes, hopefully y'all made it to the end. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button. I'm still growing my channel over here, and I would love for you guys to support me in that. But anyways, chime down in the comments, guys, and let me know what you guys think about this situation with Bravo and Kyle. Because if what they're saying is true, Kyle is definitely going to file a lawsuit. And she's going to find out where all the bodies are buried, whoever's involved. But I just can't see them doing that. I certainly don't see them firing her. I don't see that happening. Kyle, one, has too much money and lots of I guess she has friends. I don't know. I would never call that lady a friend. She's a terrible human being. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Talk, chime down on in the the comment section. Let me know if you guys think it's fair for Bravo to ask her employer to ask her to show her real life. I can't. It's scandalous. So again, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Y'all have a great evening, and thank you so much for tuning in to Chanel's Reality. We'll see you next time. How do I stop the live? I always forget. Oh, don't fall. iPad.